Hi everyone, I am Sabine and here I am going to do a demo on this app which runs in local LLM. Yes, you heard it right. This no API, this LLM is running in my desktop. So, and also I will also talking about briefly what kind of GPU or compute we need to run local LLM. All right, let's get started. All right, so on this natural language HR employee records query application, yeah, long name. So anyway, so on this drop down, I can see all the LLM installed in my PC right here. So I'm gonna choose this GPT-OSS latest. So this GPT is OpenAI LLM. So let's say I'm gonna use that, and let's I just run simple query here, and what this app does is I am writing just a natural queries here, and in the back end it is using GPTOSS to generate query out of it, and I have here SQL database. So it's gonna run on SQL database and give me the results right in the text and also in the table format. So let's see. Yes, now it got generated. Now you can see the pretty cool SQL written here, and this is a result in text format, and this is result in a table format. So so it is was pretty good to filter the data and on lib, and here I have also added some matrix, the PC performance here I have added, right? How much GPU, what kind of GPU, and how much memory, and the more important here is like how much time it needed, it required to execute, right? So about 29 seconds. So yeah, this is pretty cool. So what I can do is actually I can run let's say run and let me open another, and so yeah, actually I could simply run this on Phi-3. Actually this is a Microsoft LLM, so it is also installed in PC. That's why I'm getting, and I can query here, and let's see what happens. And now we can see the difference. Okay, it seems pretty fast here compared to but yeah, I was able to get the result, right? And similarly I can do same thing for, let's say I want to use different, right? Let's say so let me use Llama, right? Llama is a meta, so let me use this. Just querying it. Yeah, not bad. So I was able to get the results, right? So actually I could write some complex SQL as well. Like for example, I want to get list of employees and manager, hierarchy and label and manager title. Let's see how it generate SQL and the result sets. All right, so it is able to create a nice SQL using CTE, union, all, and calculating the hierarchy, right? So it is decent, complex SQL, and able to get the result, and I think text and in the table format, right? So manager and in the label, right? So it's pretty good, and you may have noticed it took quite a bit of time, 163 seconds, so almost, yeah. We're able to get run this and generate the SQL using GPT, right? So how about let's using Phi-3. So this is the Microsoft one. So let's see how what happens if I run using this LLM. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty quick here. Actually, it was like it was able to get result me within the 7 second, and but it was not able to give me the results what I expected. So that's the one of the takeaway. So some models are good in one area, and you need to test it, right? Which model works best for your use case. So I'm trying to rerun, see how it looks. Okay, give me error. Okay, all right, let me run this again, and while running I'll do one more thing. So this was from the GPT, right? So I'll try to use let's see, Gemma, yeah, Gemma 3. Let's say this is the Google one, Google DeepMind. Let's see what happens here. Okay, I think this is still not working. So and this Phi-3, the Microsoft one, and yeah, so you can see this here, right? So I was able to get result from GPT, but not with the Pi and the Gemma, right? So just for fun, let's try using DeepSeek-Coder. So this is the Chinese one. So let's try it. What happens? Yep, it's not gonna work, and I get a different kind of error. So bottom line, it was not able to generate the query. It generated the query something which is not usable in SQL Server, and the backend is SQL Server, right? So other things I want to run this query. Actually, let me run a very basic query here, like select list top 10 employees. So if I can get the results out of it, so let's see. Yeah, so this quarter I was able to get the results. I mean, it's the basic. This is a DeepSeek, right? So one other thing I want to, just for fun, right? Here I want to use this. Let's see what happens. DeepSeek version 3 latest. All right, so you can see here, right? The error is different. What it is telling me that model requires more system memory, 388 gigabytes than is available, 22 gigabytes. So see, I have 32 gigabytes here in my system, and it is asking 388 more. So I mean, so there are some requirements, right? And and yeah, you would need kind of 512 gigabytes memory to run this DeepSeek version 3, and GPU, of course, and I'll talk about the GPU. All right, so one more thing here, right? Let's see, these actually drop down. This model, right, where it is coming from, right? This is like, for example, this is installed in my PC here, right? So this Pi, this is pretty small, 2 gig, and like GPT latest, which I will be using 13 gig. So that's yeah, 13 gig, right? So we're able to run that pretty well. And when I run this for fun, right, look at here, list of 404 gigabytes. So that's why, right? I mean, so how much processing power you need is at least the size, your system memory has to be more than this. So that's why if it is 404 GB, then yeah, I would need maybe 450, 500, 512, I mean, to run this decently, right? So I would need 512 or maybe terabytes memory. So it's kind of pretty big. So no way I will be able to run on this PC. And not only this, right? Another important factor is it will call GPU RAM or VRAM, whatever you want to say. So that has to be fit in, right? So in my here in this PC, so let's say I run some here PowerShell script to copy here. All right, so I'm just getting my specs. I have like two banks, 16 GB and 32 GB RAM, system RAM, and this I have this NVIDIA RTX 3060 12 GB RAM. So, and I have plenty of hard drive space, right, 4 terabytes. So the important thing is NVIDIA RTX this 12 GB. So like back here, right, these pretty much all fits in my 12 gig memory requirement, right? So except this one. So yeah, you don't need a very high end just to do experiment in your PC to work on this. Most of the model works fine with this 12 GB, right? And this is under $300 per GPU. So if you're looking for if you're looking for GPU like NVIDIA for PC, so this how this compares to the latest top of the line RTX 509 90. So here, right, the catch, one thing, it has a 12 gig RAM. And some could have 8, but mine has 12. So I mean, this RTX 5060 also, you can get it in around $300 right now, but one catch, it has also 8 gigs. So whether you need to get TI with 16 gig or to mask the memory, actually you have to go with RTX 507T. So think about these will cost you $500, and this may cost you $700, $800 just for GPU. But of course, you are getting tops, Tensor cores. I mean, a lot more processing power compared to this RTX 3060, right? This is kind of 2 generation old, right? And to run any AI models, this GPU memory is very important, because one thing to understand how much GPU needed, like let's take an example for GPT-OSS. This is OpenAI 1. So see, you can see here size. So this is what I was testing with GPTOSS latest. So 14 gig. So it was kind of enough because yeah, actually it was just enough because mine has 12 GB and depending on the how it inference, it may use less memory, but usually the best practice, you need actually double the size. But anyway, this was, I was able to run, right? And the other factors, right? You see like whenever you see these parameters like 20B means 20 billion parameters, right? So that means just for easy math, you need that much memory. So 20 billion parameter, if you have a 20 gig memory, it will run better, right? So if you are looking for memory, so yeah, so if you had this top of the line RTX 5090, then this would have run very smoothly, right? Okay, think about this. What do you need to do with to run 120B? This is 120 billion parameters, and the size is 65 GB. That means you would need at least double the memory, system memory. So 128 would be good, and at least. And think about this top of the line RTX 5090. I mean, which is cost $2,500 right now. So this has only 32 gigs. So this would not be enough. So you should have a PC with two of these, right? So 2,500, 5,000, and then you have, so you would need a decent $10,000 PC to run this, right? So it's kind of interesting. And like, let's go back, and just very interesting, right? DeepSeek, I was able to run, but when it was DeepSeek 3 version 3, right? This was just for fun. I was downloading it, so it was 404 GB. That's why it is giving error. So you can imagine what type of machine it has to be run in some data center server. It is if you are building a workstation, it has to be pretty big, right? Pretty big. You should be able to yeah, this would like at least $100,000 server. You have to run this in $100,000 server, even more. And let's there is another Pro version, and this Pro 6000 has a pretty good memory, like 96, and this and I was checking the price. So it is like $10,000 and 96. All right, if you want to go extreme, this is I think one of the latest H100 with 150 GB RAM. Yeah, that would cost like $30,000 per one graphic card. Yeah, and that has 150 GB VRAM. So if I want to run that $30,000, it's not enough. You need two of those to run efficiently. So yeah, I mean, one thing like to experiment. I see this. Yeah, this one, if you want to run it, I mean, barely you may be able to run it, but just look at the RAM, right? But one other option, I guess, and they are, you can pay, instead of having, you can pay hourly and run these things. Okay, that sounds pretty cool, but look at the price. If you want to have 4 of these in one PC, $28. Okay, just for fun. Okay, all right, enough for this. graphic cards. So here is the thing, right? If you are interested this to play around this code, I have put this in a GitHub. So this is kind of version 1. So the only difference is right here, it is connecting to PostgreSQL database, and it is using OpenAI to do the same kind of application. You can see this is also doing same thing like generating the text and results. Yes, so this is all the backend code. Front-end code is right here. So backend using FastAPI, and front is in using Streamlit. So you can actually work on it. And if you have any question, you can let me know. So the only difference using local LLM would be here. The only the only difference would be let me show you right here. So right here, right, this is kind of response. It's using GPT model. This is OpenAI. This is the part, and the difference and how you do the response. So this is the piece of code which is kind of different, like compared to if you're using like let's say this is the example, we're using GPTOSS. So that's the only difference. So all right, so good luck and have fun, and if you have any question, just let me know.